More jobs were created last month. That's good, but everyone is still upset that the unemployment rate is still too high. So why is it high? Tonight I'm talking to job creators, successful CEOs. My next guest created tens of thousands of jobs. How? And could they still do it in today's world? Joining us now is John Allison, former boss of BB&T, the 12th biggest bank in America. Could you have built the bank the way you did with today's rules?
No, I was just listening to Mike talk. BB&T started as a small business bank. My first 10 years, all I did was make loans to small businesses, a lot of them farmers. It would be very difficult to do what we did then today because the government regulations are so tight, including setting credit standards, and that's very scary. Particularly since the so-called financial crisis, in the sense that they've come in and changed the credit standards in the banking industry, making it very hard for banks to finance small business. So it wasn't small business lending that caused the crisis, it was government policy and housing. Unfortunately, we've moved a lot towards statism, and the government doesn't want to be responsible for owning business in the traditional socialist sense. But that's much more like a national socialism, where they control through the back room. And if they give you money, whether you want it or not, then they use that as an excuse to control your activities. If we had separation of business and state, like we have of church and state, this wouldn't be possible. If the government couldn't dole out favors, then businesses wouldn't be and get those favors. And if they really understood what they were protesting, they'd be in Washington, D.C., not Oakland or Wall Street, because crony capitalism is only possible when the government doles out favors. I think that the regulatory onslaught on the banking business has been incredibly destructive. And I'll just speak for me. At BB&T, we didn't ask for help. We got it whether we liked it or not. They forced TARP on us. We didn't want the money. And the price has been enormous. And it's classic. You have a few firms that do something bad, and you punish the whole industry, including the good guys. And today, literally today, BB&T, and I would say every commercial bank in the United States, we're not making loans we ought to make to small businesses. We're not helping people that we would ordinarily help because the regulatory onslaught continues. I went through the 80s recession, the early 90s recession. In both cases, we were creating jobs at a much more rapid pace. And I believe it's because of more government interference and market corrections. We need to let the market correct. And I think the regulatory burden is unprecedented in my 40-year career, and it's making businesses less willing to make the investments to create jobs. Jobs are created by innovations, by creativity. And human minds can only do a certain number of things. I look at the people running BB&T today. My replacement CEO is spending radically more time on regulations than I had to spend, which means he has less time and talent to do productive, creative, innovative things that actually create jobs. And you take that across our whole economy, we're putting balls and chains on our best minds. Business people are motivated by money, but business people are mostly motivated by building. It's just fun. We want to create jobs. And this is something people don't understand. In a true free market, there is no real unemployment. Businesses will create jobs.